Welcome back to another episode of HWIS, where we talk about the big little things at HWIS. I'm Iris, and today we will be diving into behind the scene of being a student council president. Well, let's start with an introduction. Why I wanted to do this. Back when I was in 7th grade, I remember watching my upperclassmen take on the role of student council president. Not just for the title, but to actually make a difference. And honestly, I was fascinated. It wasn't about looking cool or padding their resumes. They were changing our school for the better, organizing events, pushing for student voice, and creating a space that felt more alive. That's when I knew I wanted to do the same. I wanted a school life that wasn't just about academics. I want a platform where our voices mattered, where we can turn ideas into real change. And that's what sparked my journey into student leadership. And you might wonder, Iris, so how does this thing work? Well, it's a mix of planning, organizing, and a whole lot of teamwork. So every week we will have meetings to propose ideas, whether it's for new events, school improvements, or policy changes. We discuss, debate, and then divide the work. Well, I'm going to take Halloween as an example. So we first brainstormed together and we proposed a haunted house, photo booth, and movie screenings. And once these ideas were set, we'll assign a head to each task, and from there it was all about execution. So the head will coordinate, design, and set up. It's fun, but it's also a lot of responsibility. And looking back at my journey, the biggest challenge I faced is probably the most cliche one: balance. Well, let's just be real. You just can't have it all. Between Stuco, academics, friendships, physical health, mental health, blah blah blah, so on and so forth, something's always going to give. And I'll be honest, the first few months of being president felt really rough. I was overwhelmed, lonely, and sometimes even depressed. I mean, sure, you have a team, but when you're trying to bring everyone together, you struggle a lot. It gets really hard. And I'm someone who always wants to give 110%. I want things to be perfect, but nothing ever goes exactly how you imagine. There will always be clashes of ideas, moments where plans fall apart, and time when perfection just wasn't realistic. But what I've learned is this: you have to be open to new ideas, open to things not going perfectly, and weirdly enough, that's when things start getting better. Now, here's a big misconception about student council: that it's all about the resume or the title. I won't lie, when I first joined, I was drawn in by the prestige too. I mean, who isn't, right? But here's the thing: once you're in, you have to be in. You can't just coast. I think it's really sad when people join for the title but don't actually show up. I mean, literally or mentally. If you're thinking of joining student council, do it because you want to be part of something bigger. Do it because you care about making a difference. Otherwise, where's the fun in that, right? To wrap up this episode, I want to share a few thoughts on student leadership. Over the years, I've taken on quite a few leadership roles in student-led organizations or student bodies. And honestly, it's really daunting. I mean, really. It comes with stress, pressure, and compromises. You have to give up on your leisure time, and you have to give up hanging out with your friends. But I'd say it's really transformative. Leadership has taught me more than any textbook ever could. It helped me grow, pushed me out of my comfort zone, and made me a better communicator, teammate, and critical thinker. And even though it's not always easy, and rarely easy, I'd still encourage everyone to try it, at least once. Because no matter how small the impact may seem, you're shaping something. And that, to me, is absolutely worth it. And that'll be it for this episode. Stay tuned for more. Bye!